This is called a Panchmukhi Baja, and the big one over there, Nagada. Very similar to a saranghi. It has carvings of animals on them. Bheki Khadki, which means a frog. See the Ghumat. Here we have the Dona Vadya.
This is Dana Nagta, which is used by Ravan.
This one specific is the Mayuri Veena from Punjab. It's a very rare and unique veena. So this is called a Panchmukhi Baja. The name comes from the 5 different outlets. This part is actually goat skin and the lower part is mud, earthen pot. So basically, it's very similar to the Goan instrument Ghumat, and it has 5 outlets. 5 places play a different sound. And all these instruments are from forest tribal communities, so mainly around Chhattisgarh and places like that. So this one is a Panchmukhi Baja, and the big one over there, that's actually a Nagada, but it's made of buffalo skin. So the top of that is buffalo skin. It's very similar to a saranghi. It has carvings of animals on them. That's why they are placed here. So it has a carving of a bird on it and something similar to a dragon. But these are all creatures that probably they saw around. So then they carved it on the animals. Even the little frog over there. It's called a Bheki Khadki, which means a frog, and it makes the sound as that of a frog only. I can play and show you. So it makes the sound of a frog, basically. So yeah, it's made of wood. It's hollow inside, so that's how the sound is made. These are flutes. All of these are flutes. Here we have the coaster of Goa, and this is Maharashtra. So here we have two instruments from Goa. This is the Ghumat, which is used by the Christian and the Hindu community. The Christian use it for the wedding or for Mandava. It's a dance and a song type of, like a local dance. And the Hindus use it for Ganesh Chaturthi, Shigma festival. Like if you must have seen, Shigma festival is done in Goa. This is the mandolin which was bought by the Portuguese. It's like from the European culture, but we had adapted as our own because for 400 years they've been ruling over us, so obviously we would have some influence by them. That is the Tunduna from Maharashtra. It's a single stringed instrument. The next one is the Thali Vadya. It's like a thal and like sticks are used to play on it. So my next one is a veena or tambura. It's very old and ancient. Here we have the Dona Vadya. So when I was small, my great-grandmother used to cook outside the house, even though we had a kitchen. She used to still want to cook out. So this is actually a spoon, and that is a vessel. So the Maharashtrian women in the tribal area used to not be allowed to work outside. So they wanted something to entertain themselves in the form of music. So they started using utensils as a form of music. And this is the Manjira. We use it in for Ganesh Puja or for other pujas. Yes, they keep it like this. And that is the Damru. Right? And this is the Samba. It's like a drum-like instrument. They hit it with sticks on top.
this interior idea is based on desert area, which is Rajasthan or Jaipur. Basically similar to flute. This bell is used previously in schools or shadas. Then this is a bean which is used by snake charmers. This is Nanta, which is used by Ravan to please Lord Shiva. This is made by bamboo, coconut shell and goat skin. This is a simple version of sitar, which is called Veena. It is based on Hindu mythology. That's why these signs are printed. It is made by vegetables. This part similar to pumpkin. This all are different shapes nagadas. This is the talking drum, which is also called gumpa. You have to keep it on your stomach to play it. And this is kartal. You can play it with, through your fingers. And this is musha. You have to keep this on your lips and you can play this with your finger like this.
Now moving to the next section. Here we have pictures of instruments you must have probably seen in the past, like over there. Here you saw in the Assam section, the Ladakh, Rajasthan. This one you must have seen is so small.
Yes.
The one you play. So it is like so delicate that if you by basically play it wrong, your tongue can get cut or your finger can get cut. So yeah. Then this is the Ghumar which you just saw, and the Shahnai which you do in the Hindu weddings, and this is the Shank. The last section of the exhibition is related to mythology. So all instruments that you see here are directly or indirectly related to gods or goddesses. So here we have the shape we have given of a Damru, which was used by Lord Shiva, who was the creator of the universe. So these three are Veenas. This one specific is the Mayuri Veena from Punjab. It's a very rare and unique Veena. People do play it, but sounds very similar to the normal Veena, but the shape and the creativity is shown over here, like slightly later. And it's rare as well, it's like one of its kind. This is the Shank or the conch we use in the temples. This is the gong or the singing bowl. We use it, these days a lot of people use it in their homes for meditation purposes because of the going towards the healthy lifestyle. This is the bass or the basuri. It's a bamboo flute from Chhattisgarh, and the one behind there. And these two are sitars. The instrument hanging on the pole over there is the Edakya. It's an instrument from Kerala. The instrument is actually made of lizard skin if you want to look closely. So this is used by the tribal people to awaken the god. So if you go to a tribal like a festival, for like Kathakali dance performance, you see like the person who is wearing the thing on their head is actually a human being. He is normal. The moment you start playing the song, he starts acting abnormally like a god, because the spirit of the god comes into that person when they start playing this instrument. So this instrument is very sacred. It's never kept on the floor. It's always hung somewhere. Others will be disrespectful to the god directly. So this is just for decorative purposes. They all put it on all the instruments because Kerala has a vibrant color. Now suppose this exhibition is your life. You see a lot of different things, experience new places, like you see different seasons. But no matter how different our experiences are, like so your experience of this exhibition will be completely different from your experience. But at the end of life, no matter how different we are or how different we look, we all have to go back to the same creator. So technically, if you exit from here, you are losing your life. But in Hindu culture, we believe of reincarnation. So the next person who enters is like your reincarnated self, traveling through your life and then exiting.